My name is Cecelia Roth-Eagle. For 8 years of my life, I went to this sleepaway camp during the summer, and it was way out in the woods, and I loved it so, so much. So one year when I was about 14, I think, I was sitting around the cabin with all these girls, and this one girl who was like the mean girl of the group, she was talking about how she could talk to ghosts, and she was like, yeah, I just have a spiritual connection. You guys don't really have it. You don't understand. So I was really bored. I was like, show us. And she was like, sometimes I can't feel it. I was like, right now, show us. So she made a Ouija board. On lined paper, she wrote her ABCs and got a Gatorade cap as the little pushy thing. And at around 10 at night, we went to the haunted house of the camp. And there were about 12 girls in all, and we were in a big circle, and we snuck out of our cabin. So she's such a weird girl. She had us all like hold hands, and she started chanting, but it was clearly just a made-up chant. And so every time anyone would laugh, she would be like, okay, I have to start over now. The ghosts were scared away. So she had finished her chant, and she was like, if there are spirits, come out. And we all had our fingers on the thing, and it was dead silent. And then we heard this crash, and the window broke. Everyone got up and sprinted out of the haunted house, screaming, running back to their cabins. But I stayed behind because I'm not stupid. I knew that ghosts aren't real. So I walked out of the haunted house, and the boys our age were just standing there cracking up. And they grabbed me and dragged me under the house. There was like this little dugout area, and they kept me down there, and we all waited in pitch black for about 30 minutes, and it was this disgusting place, and I got spider webs all over me, and we heard people kind of like, oh my God, where's Cecelia? Like, we have to find her. So they all kind of trailed back, and then they shoved me, and they were like, scream really loud. So I started screaming this piercing, piercing scream, and they started screaming, and all the girls just ran back, and we waited about another 30 minutes, and then one of the boys, my friend Ron, dragged me out and rubbed dirt all over me, and he was like, pretend that your left leg is injured. And so I put my arm around him, and I limped up to the cabin, and somehow, this was my first acting experience, I just had tears streaming down my face like the ghosts had gotten me. And I stormed into the cabin, and I was like, you all left me! And they all started crying. All the girls were crying, and there was so much drama. And the mean girl was like, I'm so powerful, like I can connect to spirits. And the counselors came into the bathroom, because I stormed into the bathroom, and I was like, ah! The counselors came in, and they were like, Cecelia, are you okay? That was totally our fault. And I revealed to them that it was fake. And they said, you have to keep this up. You have to keep this prank up. So I played along with the fact that the ghosts had gotten me, and all the girls thought I had a terrible experience with ghosts. The boys ended up having to pay for a new window in the haunted house, and I left that camp, and everyone just thought that I had a ghost experience. And that was the first time I ever acted. And my counselors had told me, like, wow, you really can act. I believed you. So the next spring, I went and auditioned for Baltimore School for the Arts, and that's now where I go for acting. So that was my very first experience, and it helped me realize that I like to act.